Now, I know some of you at home follow a few of my horses around the track. I've got one running tomorrow, Fiorenti Lass, in the Country Oaks at Geelong at 4:05. Last I checked, she was paying 125 to 1. So don't come crying to me if you don't win any money, but maybe it's worth a go. Now, the Liberal Party's decision yesterday to oppose the Prime Minister's voice to Parliament and laying out what they see as a better route for Indigenous recognition and reconciliation was a very significant moment for this country, you'd have to say. But now the Canberra class have been out in force attacking Dutton as though he'd eaten a small child. Take a look at a little bit of the line of questioning Dutton faced from journos yesterday.
You've often cited Noel Pearson. What's your message to him and to them as you really turn your back on their work?
How do you look Ken Wyatt in the eye and explain why you're not hearing his voice and those of others who have seen this as the only way forward?
Do you think that your position today is something that might lead to further electoral failure?
Are you consigning the Liberal Party to irrelevance? Are you staking the party's future on this decision?
If you actually believe in the concept of an Indigenous consultation body, how do you stand up here and not take the advice of Indigenous people?
So if the referendum gets up, will you resign?
Blimey, Charlie, I mean, these people are willfully, deliberately ignoring that there are many Indigenous Australians all around the country who've spoken out against Albanese's voice. One of those who stood steadfastly against the Prime Minister's plan is Senator Jacinta Price. Senator Price, welcome. I bet they would never ask Anthony Albanese, how can you look Jacinta in the eye and tell her that you're not listening to her voice on the Indigenous voice to Parliament?
Exactly. Like, the mainstream media has so much to answer for. They didn't ask Minister Burney, they didn't ask Anthony Albanese why. Neither of them bothered to take 2 minutes out of their schedule to meet the delegation of Aboriginal Australians that came to Canberra the first week of our last round of sittings to hear from them their thoughts on this whole referendum. The difference between Peter Dutton and the Prime Minister is the fact that Peter Dutton will sit down and has sat down with a raft of Aboriginal people from around the country to hear their views. And why shouldn't he champion the views of those Aboriginal people, grassroots people who do not support the voice? That is what he's doing. That is what the mainstream media ignore. That is what Noel Pearson ignors, and the elite few who are pushing for this voice.
Well, what did you make of the Liberal announcement yesterday? Are you supportive of their decision? Does it go far enough?
Look, I think it's a great announcement from the Liberal Party. I think I've said on a number of occasions, as well as Warren Mundine, I think we've said, look, we can get behind recognition in our constitution, and if this government is so adamant that this voice is supposed to be the be-all and end-all, well, legislate it. Do what South Australia's done and legislate it and demonstrate to us first before even attempting to suggest to put it in our constitution. You know, our constitution is our country's rule book. It's our founding document. It's not something you change willy-nilly.
I mean, one of the most concerning things, I think, and I mean, we saw it in that line of questioning from the journos there yesterday, and then, of course, the response you've seen today. We had Albo before carrying on about The Undertaker. You've got Noel Pearson saying he couldn't get any sleep. It's Judas. I mean, you know, this is really heavily overblown stuff. And if this is any indication of where the Yes campaign is going to go, it's all about emotion. It's guilting people into having to support this thing. I think you're going to end up in a position where even people who might be inclined to vote yes are going to say, no, you can't tell me what to do or what to think. Get stuffed.
You're exactly right, Caleb. I mean, if all the Yes campaigners have got to go by is emotional blackmail, gaslighting, putting people, you know, going after individuals and attacking the individual as opposed to debating the issue and putting forward an argument that is an argument that's going to be convincing, well, the Australian people won't put up with that kind of nonsense. I mean, I think it's, we've seen it already with Pearson, the way he attacked me on a personal level when I stood up for my own beliefs. I mean, this is just like, this is spitting the dummy, taking the bat and ball and going home. And that's all it's about. It's got nothing to do with benefiting the whole of Australia. And, I urge Australians, don't be gaslit. Don't be emotionally blackmailed. Be informed when you go to this referendum with your vote, because this impacts all of us as a nation, not just Indigenous Australians. This impacts us all. This is our founding document. I can't be any more, on it as I am with regard to this particular matter.
What did you make of Ken Wyatt's departure today from the Liberal Party? Obviously, he's the most recent Indigenous Affairs Minister and the first Indigenous person to hold that position in the Liberal Party. Is it a concern at all?
No, look, I don't think it's of any concern. That's Mr. Wyatt's choice to make that. Perhaps he doesn't hold conservative values as he perhaps thought he once did. I guess I'm surprised that he's been in the party, he's maintained his position for this long. And there were certainly things that he could have done as a minister previously that could have made some great changes. But I also know that there are some Indigenous Australians that felt like they weren't heard by him as a minister during his time as well. So, look, that's his choice, and we're a democracy. He can make that choice if he wants. But I don't think it certainly doesn't reflect on the fact that I think the Liberals have made a sound decision for the benefit of the entire nation.
Jacinta Price, thank you for joining me tonight.